Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about gadgets. I am a huge gadget freak, and this is not going to be some kind of in-depth technical analysis, but basically I'm just going to tell you what we're taking and do a little short description of what they are. So mainly it's gadgets that are cameras, because we're going to be shooting a bunch of footage and posting it. We're gonna try to do it like daily, or 5 times a week or something like that. So the first thing I want to show you is the Garmin 56. This is a dash cam, and it's really small, and it's got a little display on the back, but mainly that's turned off during the driving. But whenever the car's turned on, this comes on, and it's so small. It's got a little magnetic mount here, and it shoots at about 1440 DPI. And so I'll probably be recording in 1080 and posting that like on YouTube. But yeah, it's so small, and it's got a little magnet, and you just take it off when you're done. So that's the first thing. And I don't know how much we'll be showing you. I can show you some. We could show the whole trip in like fast time or something like that. I had to figure that one out. So that's gadget number one. Okay, so the next gadget I want to show you is this little fella right here. And what this is the Pocket 2 made by DJI. And I'll show you that. So when you turn it on, watch what the head of the gimbal does. And so it gives you a little screen. And so what's really cool about it is it's got a gimbal in it, so when you move it around, it doesn't really move. So this is a similar camera that is on my drone, and I'll show you the drone here in a little bit. But this little beast weighs 4 ounces. It is so small, and you can be shooting, and you just boom, you hit a button here. You say Shalakazam, and it just turns around. So I can do photos of me or videos of me, which nobody really wants to see, or videos of what we're showing you out in front of us. So it's totally cool. I'll be walking around with this little puppy. So the cool thing, let me show you this. Turn this off for a second. Watch it when it turns on. Boom. One of the cool things it has here is I bought a big giant clip for it. So what I can do is slip this in here and tighten that down, and then I can pop it on here, lean it back, turn it on. Hello. I don't know if you can see that, but when I walk, it'll film, and it'll keep from being all jerky and everything, like usually when you get a camera or something like that, like a phone. So this is pretty cool. This is going to be a fun little toy to play with here. And as I move, it doesn't. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So one of the cool things that comes with the Pocket 2 from DJI is the ability for it to show the display. You can hook this phone directly to this little 4-ounce thingamabob, and you can use that so you can see a little bit better when you're filming things. So I don't know how much I'm going to use this, because a lot of times I just want to pull out my video and just start recording. So I don't know. I mean, it only takes a second to connect this, but and it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of options inside of the app. So yeah, I think this little buddy, we will like it. So okay, the next gadget I'm going to show you is the GoPro Hero 9. And it's a pretty high def, durable camera. And it shoots up to 5K, but even though I'll probably only be shooting in 1080 for YouTube, it's got a screen on the front and a screen on the back, and it's waterproof, and it's gonna be probably our daily go-to camera. And it's got a mount actually built into the bottom of the camera, not like the old models, but you just pop this in here, and so you can sit and talk while you're traveling. I bought a thing called a media mod, which is basically a microphone and with a light. I put a light on it. So you just slide this in here. Got to get rid of that. Slide this in here, and then it becomes one unit. And because what I found, I watch a travel channel called Itchy Boots, and she didn't use anything like this in her early seasons, and you got a lot of wind noise. So if you take this and you mount it on here and you put it outside the window of your car, you hear a lot of wind noise unless you have a windscreen on a microphone. So we're definitely going to be using this a lot. So, and I have a lot of different mounts for it. I have a mount you can just mount on here, and it's just a big piece of plastic, and you can just put it anywhere like a tripod. And then I also have a clip like I did for the Pocket 2. And same thing, you just mount it on there, and you can just mount it on, wherever. Also has a magnetic strip on the back. You can just stick it to a piece of metal. And then we also have a suction cup mount that you can mount it on and put it, like inside or outside the car on a window, or, something to shoot a time lapse. And then I also, this is a Hero 9. And then we also have a Hero 3, which is older, but it still shoots pretty high resolution. And I don't know if I'll ever use this. I use this sometimes when I fly my drone, and it's just a mount, and you can just look wherever I look, it looks. And so, this is a pretty good mount. It looks kind of weird, but it does work. And then the this GoPro 3 is going to be our little stunt man. And what I mean by that is we're going to mount this thing maybe on the bumper of the Honda, or maybe on the top of the roof, because we have a moon roof with that, or a sunroof. And we're just going to put a bunch of adhesive mounts for this. And so we should get you some pretty interesting shots. Might not make it through the whole trip, though, because you never know, Hopefully. And we also have these are small little cable tethers to tie the cameras to the car in case the adhesive mount fails. So should definitely be getting you some good shots with the GoPro. Another thing that we're going to use is a sound recorder. And basically, this is my sound recorder. It has a little thing called a dead cat on it that keeps the wind from messing up the sound. And I'm using it right now as I move it around, so I hope it doesn't mess up too bad. But sound recorder is for times where we don't know how good the sound is going to be. So sometimes, the interesting thing, this is a really good recorder, and it when you get it in a room and with good acoustics and you talk into it, it sounds like a podcast or maybe an NPR broadcast. It's pretty interesting. So that's our sound recorder. Had that from my film school days. I don't know if it's going to make the trip. It might not. So if we need some external sound, we might take that. I don't think we'll ever do any man on the street interviews, but if we do, that's a perfect thing to take. So okay, last but definitely not least is going to be my drone. This is a Mavic Air 2 made by DJI, and it's the same camera. If you notice, it's about the same camera that's on the Pocket 2 that I showed you earlier. really easy to fly, and if you think of it like it's just a flying camera, it's really a joy to use. I mean, it's so easy. You control it with a smartphone. And the smartphone just hooks up and to the controller here, and the controller talks to the aircraft. And it's got a lot of capability. It'll go up to 40 miles an hour, and it'll fly as far away, line of sight. You got to have a good line of sight without a lot of buildings and stuff. It'll fly about 5 miles out and 5 miles back on a single charge. Should be able to fly it most of the places. I mean, there's some pretty strict rules about what you can and can't do. For example, you can't go above 400 feet. 400 feet should be plenty for what we're shooting. So definitely we'll give you some great videos from the drone. So. Well, that's most of the gadgets I have for you right now. I'm sure I'll pick some up on the road. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you could, really appreciate it if you give us a thumbs up for this video and subscribe. More subscribers, more subscribers, more subscribers. Thank you for stopping by today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.